All right, so welcome everybody to week one of Streets of New Capenna Arena Gauntlet League. This is our first feature match for week one, and we have Michael A, who's representing the Brokers, since we have split into five teams for this league, against Cody-Rayce, who's representing the Obscura. And with me is Zeke, who will be looking at the game from Cody-Rayce's point of view. So right now, Michael's deciding on whether he wants to mulligan or not. He has 5 lands, and he had his big mythic Titan of Industry, and then a black card, but only green and red lands. So he decided to mulligan.
We kept 5 lands over here into Corrupt, Official, and Psychic Stoop. So.
Yeah, this was a 5-lander that couldn't cast anything, because it was all green and red lands, and then a black card and the 7-drop.
Yeah, this was a nice 5-lander.
So now he's kept what looks to be a passable hand. We'll see how this plays out. He has a Topiary Stomper, which he needs a forest to cast. He has a mountain in hand. Or he has he has Topiary Stomper in his hand, yeah. So he's deciding what to discard. He's decided that casting the Topiary Stomper is not realistic, and he was not punished for that decision. I think he's deciding whether he just wants to cycle his Plasma Jockey here for 3 damage in a card without being able to cast anything else.
I mean, even if he drew the forest, if I remember right, the Stomper's not that great on empty board. Isn't it one of the ones that can't attack or block until something?
Can't attack or block until you have 7 lands.
Yeah, so it's not doing much anyway.
Yeah, but I mean, it fixes him. It gets him his land. It makes his land drop. It lets him cast things. But he decided not to cycle his Plasma Jockey on the Blitz mode for a card there. But now he's drawn his 7-drop. He's drawn his 7-drop, so he's just going to Blitz his Plasma Jockey here to try and hit lands for next turn.
That's not going to go well at all. We've got the Psionic Snoop, which will become a 1/4 if we pitch a... Yeah.
Well, I mean,
it cycles for a card. He doesn't get 3 damage.
He still gets his card. I don't think he cares. I mean, the 3 damage is nice, but I don't think he cares about getting him for 3. I think he just wants his card here so he can find lands.
Although we might be ditching a land here. We've got 3 more in hand. Nope, we're getting rid of a Bruiser.
Okay.
We did find a murder with that, so...
Okay, so he did... He did hit his land, and it was fortunate that it actually died in combat, so he could hit his land drop this turn, rather than if it just went to end step, true, yeah. He wouldn't have been able to. So now
I've been screwed by that end step thing a few times.
Yeah. So now he can cast his, probably going to cast Mr. Orfeo here, the 2/4 Rhino, that can double power when it attacks. I have a
sneaking suspicion he'll be murdered. And if he's not murdered, he's going to sleep with the fishes.
Yeah,
so got murdered.
The murder's happening here. I mean, Michael has time. I don't know what's in Cody-Rayce's time, but Michael has time here. There's only 2 damage coming at him every turn.
3 lands and sleep with the fishes, so...
So now he's drawn a land so he can cast his Freelance Muscle, which I assume is going to meet
which means that it'll be 3 damage a turn after that.
Yeah.
He keeps highlighting his lands.
Yeah. So Michael has 2 removals in hand. One is a Grisly Sigil, which only deals 1 damage, and one is a Whack, which isn't really worth using on either of the creatures on the other side. And he has his 7-drop, the Titan of Industry. So,
yeah.
Okay, so he draws a land here, which is 1 land closer to his 7-drop.
We've got Majestic Metamorphosis in hand, and I do not remember that one, so I'm going to look that up.
I believe it's something becomes a 3/3. Or a 4/4 Angel.
Oh, 4/4. Draw a card.
It's kind of similar to the... it's similar to the Suit Up from Neon Dynasty.
Yeah.
It gives flying, so I guess if you wanted to use it pre-combat to create evasion, but similar effect. So he's Grisly Sigiling here to kill 2 of the creatures, so pretty fortunate there. Hoping to draw land for his Titan of Industry.
We've drawn a land which we're not open for.
The tap land.
It doesn't. Just any land. We don't care about lands. We have... Notably, that was the only... Or, which hideout was that? Never mind.
I believe that was the Maestro's Theater.
Yeah, that couldn't get to planes anyway.
No, okay. Yeah, it's just a blue-black fixer in his deck, it looks like.
Yeah.
Is it possible he just cycles his Metamorphosis here to draw a card and deal an
Looks like he's doing it, yeah.
extra few damages
5
here?
damage. Yeah.
Might as well.
Land.
Oh, okay, well, I guess it was right to cycle it then. Alright, well, this is not going to be great for Cody now that Michael's got land 7.
Yeah.
I wonder if Michael's thinking about a potential counter spell here. But it's not like he has another play.
Probably, but... So what is his other card?
He has a whack in hand, the -4,
Whack.
-4.
Yeah. Yeah, you're not whacking the Snoop.
No, there's not been a creature that Cody-Rayce has played yet that is worthy of...
Are you playing around the counter there, or are you just passing and hoping to whack something? Take one?
I don't know, whack's a sorcery, so...
Oh, yeah.
That has to be done on his turn. I think he's gonna... Looks like he's deciding whether he wants to play around this a counter spell or not. I'm not sure what the alternative... Yeah. I mean, you just make them have it. Yeah.
What mode are you going for here?
I think on this board you just want another creature.
Well, you get 2. So creature and shield on the...
You could, yeah. I mean, if he feels like the life, he could take it. The shield is also nice on the 7/7.
Shield one on his dude, yeah.
Yeah. This card is just really, really extremely
we drew a land, so...
Ooh, okay, so this game might be...
We're now highlighting all the lands individually.
Yeah, this game might be coming to a sweeping conclusion. Like, Titan of Industry, you know, it ends the game quickly if opponent's not doing much. Yeah, just an unfortunate flooding here. And Michael's drawn more gas now with a Rocks Pummeler, the 6/3 that comes in with the shield counter.
Ooh, that's nice.
Yeah, so he's going to attack in for 11.
You going to trade your swoop for the counter? No? Okay.
I don't think he needs to yet. But
considering he's in black with removal spells, I think I might want.
Now that there's 13 trample damage in play,
that was another land, so I'm gonna call that.
Okay, yeah, that was an unfortunate, just flooding out, just vicious flooding out with no answers for these big beaters here. Looking at the sideboarding, we'll see if he wants to sideboard anything. Notoriously in week 1, you're usually not sideboarding. Your deck is usually stretched for playables as is. Often a lot of the cards that you might want to have in your sideboard, you just put in your main deck a lot of the time. So like creatures with reach, things that kill artifacts.
Interestingly, I don't think Cody has his entire sideboard in here.
Well, with the arena editing nonsense.
That's fair. He might have stuck to the 15 cards though, which I'm shocked at.
Yeah. So I will say I'm a bit surprised that Michael's not playing all of his like big, because he has like some big creatures. Like he has a second copy of Rocks Pummeler. He's not playing the Wrecking Crew, the 4/5 trample reach, especially in week 1. If you just play bigger creatures than your opponent, you will win. I have come to that conclusion. In week 1, just play large things, but his deck looked pretty good in that game, so he's just going to run it back here. So Michael's kept a hand with basically 3 cards he can cast. He has a Body Dropper in his hand with no red source, but the rest of his hand is a Crooked Custodian, an Unlicensed Hearse, and now a Midnight Assassin. So he's going to be able to curve out here. And the Unlicensed Hearse
should go very well versus the hand of Celestial Regulator and 3 Majestic Metamorphoses.
Okay. I mean...
I don't tend to like Majestic Metamorphosis, and running 3... I guess they cycle?
Yeah, it's damage. Maybe he's channeling his Ninjas deck from last league, where the suit up was like very, very good in the Ninjas deck because your opponent was incentivized to block you all the time.
That makes sense.
So maybe he's channeling his success from that league, and also again in week 1, you're stretched for playables. Your choices are your choices are like you could play maybe like some of all your best cards and be like straight 3 colors, or you could focus on 2 colors with a little bit of a third color and maybe play some weaker cards, but for consistency.
You see, you're very wrong. The choices are 4 color or 5 color.
Oh,
it's
yes.
whether you're adding the last color in.
My mistake. I'm not familiar with this strategy, but I've seen it work. So I've seen both sides work.
I guess it does come down to how much fixing you have, but
yeah. So
I tend to try to.
Yeah, Michael's got 3 red cards in hand. Until he finds his red source, he's not casting things.
That's fair. We've got 3 Majestic Metamorphoses in hand, so until we want to cast one, I guess we're not.
Yeah, and that's particularly bad with a flying Death Toucher in play.
Death Toucher, yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
In front of anything. But
which are you putting in front of here? All right. So are you cycling it again for more damage?
I think so. I think if that's all he has, he doesn't have a choice, right?
No, that's fair. We drew a land off that. So it's 2 lands, 2 Metamorphose.
Okay, so Michael's drawn his tapped red source.
Good enough for next turn.
So, he can start deploying his stuff next turn. He has a body dropper. He has a Cabaret Charm in hand, which I believe is
also
a fourth color splash, but he actually has the white source this game.
We drew Giada.
That's the rare angel, right?
Yeah, which would have been great to have before the Celestial Regulator, but at this point... it's just 2/2 Vigilance for the most part.
2/2 Vigilance flying for 2 is a very good card. So.
Yeah, no, it's a very good card.
No slight on that.
You cycling for more damage here?
He might maybe try to do it on blocks.
I think he's trying to see if he gets the counter for it becoming an angel or something, but it's not going to do anything.
So he said he's thinking. Is his choice just whether to cast that instant or not?
Yes.
Okay, that's fine. He might maybe think he's saving it for defense because he is behind on life.
Yeah. He also seems to be switching between the 2 of them, which one he wants to cast.
As he does.
Pulling it up. Targeting. He's targeting an opponent thing, potentially? He highlighted them. He canceled it.
All right.
And we moved on to damage.
Nothing wrong with thinking it through. So 2 cards are going from the graveyard. The Unlicensed Hearse. There doesn't seem to be a lot of cards going into the graveyard right now, but if the game goes long, that could be something that is impactful.
I mean, how many are in Adams already? Because he can eat his own.
Is it just the Midnight Assassin? He didn't play anything else, I don't think.
Okay, so just one more.
Right, so he's deciding what he wants to do. He's casting the Plasma Jockey here. He has a luxurious libation in his hand that he is currently up, which is the X and a green. Make a 1/1, and then something gets.
I'm kind of shocked that one didn't get blitzed. Oh, is he going to crew?
He could potentially just use it to crew. Okay, so he's attacking these.
This is going to end badly because he's got the Majestic Metamorphosis.
Yeah, so he has a luxurious libation. So if he does block, if Cody blocks the 3/2, he can pump it +1, and it'll be a trade because he has the luxurious libation. Yeah. If he blocks the Unlicensed Hearse, though, it will be eaten by it becoming a 4/4. All right. So he makes the first move here. Looks like it'll be Cody. Yeah, so he'll respond. So it'll just they'll just trade off. Cody will get a card in hand, and Michael will get a 1/1 in play as a result of those 2 creatures trading. I mean, it's more fuel for the hearse, so I think Michael's okay with this exchange.
Yeah. Although blitzing that in, I think would have been great.
Yeah, it could have been something he blitzed in like on a later turn, perhaps.
Oh no, like you get it for 6 right here, and then your hearse has 2 things in your bin to eat for the next turn, for sure.
Yeah. Well, just remember, it can't attack and exile on the same turn.
Well, I wouldn't have attacked with the hearse then. If I'm blitzing in the jockey, I'm not attacking with the hearse.
Right. So Michael could cast his Body Dropper or his Cabaret Charm here, but not both. Because he only has one source of red.
Yeah.
He drew a Titan of Industry, which he's a mana off of. We saw how that worked out last game for him.
Yeah. We still have one Majestic Metamorphosis in a land, but we can't cast it this turn.
No, he can't cast the blue spell, right? But I mean, Michael doesn't really have attacks on board right now. He just has a 2/2 and X1, 2 X1s.
Yeah, not really.
Like, Cody's made a board that you don't really want to attack into.
Looks like we might be, though.
It looks like he's going to attack and make one of them not block, and then we'll trade off for the other.
I guess.
I could. He has a Cabaret Charm in hand, so it's quite possible that he takes the trade, and then when the Cabaret Charm targets whatever would get the shield counter. So he's gonna do the trade. The Broker's Veteran's gonna target the flying creature, and then, but Cabaret Charm doesn't kill it. I don't believe now.
Yeah.
No. Cabaret Charm deals damage equal to the number of creatures you control, I believe.
Yeah, or +1/+1 in trample, or I don't remember the
third. I think it's create 2 1/1s.
Yeah, that sounds right. All right, there's the Body Dropper.
The Body Dropper's here. He doesn't have his Cabaret Charm up this turn.
We drew one of the cards that got bordered in, which is a Glamorous Outlaw, and I'm kind of wondering why there were no mountains in the sideboard.
Yeah, well, it fixes for itself, but
we saw
that's the wrong way to play that card.
I don't mind
itself is
if it's your only way to cast it. I think it's wrong.
Yeah, that's what I'm on.
But if you're also making treasure, I don't mind it as much. But I haven't seen much treasure out of Cody.
Well, it's mostly in green and red, the treasure makers.
Yeah.
You don't see too much in the other colors in this set. So I guess Cody's deciding on whether to attack or not, if he just needs his shield counter.
He keeps staring at the Outlaw.
So he has Outlaw and then another Majestic in hand.
Yep.
Okay.
And you've got Titan of Industry and Charm?
Yeah, Cabaret Charm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the Angel here attacking would be pretty bad, because then his blocks are just... doesn't really have any blocks.
Yeah, he has no blocks. Like, he just... I mean, I guess Majestic Metamorphosis trades the Lackey for the hearse.
Okay, so he's gonna...
Oh!
In here.
We're he's
just doing bashing. This right now. Okay.
We're getting in for 6. We're being aggressive.
Wow, okay.
Sleep with the Fishes, which we can't cast.
Okay.
No, still can cast it. Not enough mana to...
I guess he just figures he's not potentially racing the hearse. So just try and dig into something to get more resources. So hearse is gonna pick up some more debris. Alright. So Michael's on a tap line, so he's gonna
Titan his next turn.
Cast Cabaret Charm in some fashion between now and next turn.
I mean, this is lethal, right? No. I'm looking at the wrong life totals.
No. He has 5.
He can deal 6. I was looking at the wrong thing. He can deal 6. I was thinking that was
I think he's just gonna
Cody's life
4.
total, not...
Leave back the 1/1. I guess, no, he can't kill the Celestial Regulator because it has a shield counter, but... Okay, so there's the Outlaw, which is going to drop Michael to 4.
We drew Island.
Okay.
So we still can't do both. Looks like the Outlaw's coming down.
This is a tight one here.
Well, I mean, next turn the Titan of Industry's coming down, and I think that might...
Yeah, because he'll almost assuredly choose to gain life.
Yeah, and make a 4/4, and then
Especially now that he's taking 2 damage.
The Titan sleeps with the fishes, but...
Yeah, but the Titan will do enough upon entry that 1 or a spell to tap it is not going to make up for what it has done. Yeah, so now he's at 4, so now he's almost assuredly going to gain life.
We got to scry 2 lines to the bottom there.
Alright. That's something.
Well, I'm assuming he's dropping to 2 here, yeah?
Angel attacks.
Are you just making a few tokens?
Yeah, so he's put Michael in a position where basically he has to either win or gain life or kill the flyer, right? So he decided not to cast his Cabaret Charm here, interestingly. He's just going to cast his Reach Creature and stabilize the board.
Well, he better gain the life here or he's screwed.
Yeah, he's gaining life.
Gets rid of Rage.
And I'm guessing put a shield counter? But it could also just be a 4/4.
I like just an additional 4/4.
Yeah, especially with the group pump.
Although I think, did he forget to activate the Hearse last? No, he attacked with the Hearse last.
No, he attacked with it, so it was tapped.
Yeah, he needs to leave it as defense, I think, this turn.
He's just going to leave it up here. He's going to make sure he doesn't die because
it's a 6/6 on defense. Oh, we drew Murder.
Okay.
I think we can sleep and Murder, so...
Mana looks... Yes, you can.
Yeah.
So he's going to sleep that. So he's probably crewing. And then I guess
that's going to get murdered.
The Hearse.
Yeah.
And then the Angel could keep getting in. Don't imagine he attacks with the 4/5. Right. Just the Angel here.
Not attacking with the 4/5. Okay. I mean, I guess it would trade for Rhino token.
Well, I guess he could make him double block and then murder, I suppose.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's probably just going to block with Hearse and activate Hearse to eat it, and then you murder it, and then it's the same thing as murdering Hearse pre-combat.
Yeah.
Or pre-attacks, yeah. So. No.
I have to imagine he's just murdering it here. Oh.
I don't know, if you wait for combat, you might catch him in an act where you get to get lethal on the crackback.
Alright. So it looks like he's main phase. He drew a mountain, so it doesn't change anything. He's thinking about main phase sacking his 7/7 here.
Yeah.
Alright. I think he's thinking about maybe trying to win with the... I think Cabaret Charm gives trample to everything.
It does, +1/+1 and trample.
So maybe he's thinking about getting in that way, but with the 5 toughness on the other side, I think Cody can block in such a way that he wouldn't die, but also he has the murder. So okay, so he looks like he's crewing.
Well, the murder has to go to the Hearse, I think.
Looks like he's crewing his Hearse and potentially making an attack here.
I think he's still crew with the body dropper, though. Yeah.
Yep. Not sure why he sacked to do that. Okay, he's just attacking everything. This doesn't look like it's going to work out with the murder in hand.
I think it's going to end up fine. Because he's going to have to murder the Hearse. Yes. And then the Rhino is going to eat the Outlaw.
Yeah, so it's not all bad. And now also his citizen is going to eat the lackey, so that's really not that bad for me.
These are really nice blocks for us. You got to murder the Hearse, or you just die.
Okay, so murder Hearse. But then, the rest of this works out pretty nicely.
Yeah. Although, if they draw a pump spell, then...
pump spell,
yes. That's game. Haste.
Oh, haste okay, that'll do it. Yeah, a Blitz creature will do it. Alright.
Looks like we got a game 3.
Yeah, that was a real close one.
Yeah, I think if you had blitzed in that guy, because he gets you in for 6 damage that turn. Instead of attacking with the Hearse.
Yeah, so Michael has a lot of rares in his deck, especially for week 1. So he has the Unlicensed Hearst, the Topiary Stomper. He's splashing white for the Cabaret Charm and a Rabble Rousing. He also has Titan of Industry and a Eurobrask. So he's got quite the collection of rares and mythic here. Looks like he's deciding if he wants to do anything.
We pulled out. Apparently, it is a full playset of Majestic Metamorphosis in the deck, and we pulled one out.
Well, he's showing some restraint. Yeah, not sure if Michael's thinking about sideboarding anything. He's looking through. Yeah, his deck looks really solid. It's just that game. He actually fell behind pretty far from having 3 red cards that he could not cast for a few turns.
Yeah.
I think if he could have just cast those, probably would have got through.
I mean, I still feel like he was in a pretty strong.
The 3 mana 4/4 trick.
I mean, any other, like most cards, I don't think in Cody's deck would have won that there.
Yeah, well, that's Blitz, right? It's just if you draw your Blitz creature and you're racing, you might just steal the game.
That is true.
Especially with a 4/4. So this
I see 4 lands and no reason to ship anything.
Yeah, this is a keep for Michael as well. He's gonna be able to play his Midnight Assassin on turn 3, which is the Flying Death Touch. Then once he gets his 4th land, he'll be able to cast Whack or Big Score to play his higher drops, and he's drawn the land. So he'll be able to
We've drawn Majestic. We've drawn Metamorphosis into Metamorphosis.
Yeah, he's been drawing a lot of those today. I guess we are getting...
But we're not in the opener.
We are getting a Majestic Metamorphosis showcase today, I think. Michael's just going to take his...
Here we're probably just exiling an outlaw on a land.
Okay. So Michael's probably just going to cast his Big Score and discard, I'm guessing, a forest at the end of Cody's turn.
Okay.
And then he has a Freelance Muscle and a Rocks Pummeler in hand, so he has a couple big rhinos coming in the next couple turns.
Oh. Sounds pretty good.
All right. 3/3 here is not looking too hot against these big rhinos.
If we draw a land next turn, I'm pretty sure it's going to join the Maelstrom and become a 4/3 ogre.
I'll join the Maestros.
Join the Maestros. Yeah.
Okay. That's a good use of that bruiser, I will say.
Yeah.
So Michael's drawn another land. He has an Exhibition Magician. I imagine he's just going to play his Freelance Muscle here, which gets pumped equal to your highest other power when it attacks or blocks.
It looks like that might just sleep with the fishes. Oh, or we join the Maestros first. I think we're thinking now.
I assume he would just want to get the bodies in play. I mean, paying 5 mana and swapping your 3/3.
That's what we're doing.
And then just adding another 4/3. It isn't. I mean, this isn't broken or anything. This is just a fine use of the card.
If we go Titan of Industry because he's got the treasures and then attack for 11, that sounds like fun.
No, Titan of Industry is not happening yet, but we got a 6/3 trample.
Oh, so attacking for 10.
Yeah, so it's going to be a 10/10 now. Yeah, this Freelance Muscle gets very large very fast.
Yeah, I think that's why they're thinking of sleeping with the fishes, because it prevents that hasty XX effect.
I imagine the sleep with the fishes will come down next turn unless he finds a better thing to do.
That's fair.
But now he has a problem with the 6/3 trump. I mean, he could put
I was gonna say,
an ogre in front of it to remove the shield counter, but that's still, he's at 10.
Yeah.
He just lost half his life on one attack from one creature.
Can't double spell. I guess we could Broker's Veteran into Majestic Metamorphosis, but I don't think that does much.
No, I imagine he's going to sleep with the fishes. He might. I mean,
there's the sleep.
First logic would dictate to target the Freelance Muscle, but he might actually do it on the Trampler just because he doesn't want to take the trample damage. Like, I guess if he has enough chump blockers, he can just throw them in front of the Freelance Muscle for however long. But the trample
sleep back in. That's true.
Might be a factor, but it only has trample once until it loses the shield counter. So, interesting decision here. which one's going to get slept.
What are the other 3 cards you have?
So he has a Whack, which is in his opening hand.
Right.
He has the Exhibition Magician, and then he has a green-white tap land, which is he has 2 white cards that he's splashing.
The Magician is the 3/2 that comes in with a 1/1 that can counter a non-creature?
No, it's a red 2/1. You can make a treasure or a 1/1.
That. Yeah, that guy.
A red card.
Yeah.
So he's just playing his big rhino here. This past turn. Let's see what Cody decides to sleep.
Still, I think he might be thinking of.
I mean, does he realistically
doing Broker's
have another play?
Broker's Veteran and Metamorphosis. I mean, you just getting something off the shield counter and chumping that guy for a turn.
Yeah, that could work. I guess you chump it, you take Majestic. 4, then you get a shield counter on the 4/3. But
you could also Majestic the Muscle, just taking 4, removing its ability, right? Because doesn't it remove abilities?
Not sure. I think it just
looks like we're sleeping.
I think it just becomes an angel in addition. I don't think it takes away its abilities.
Okay. It's not one of those that you could.
I think Witness Protection is the card that removes abilities.
That I am shocked at. Because you're just dead to removal now.
Yeah, he is quite dead to removal. That would be correct. And with 1 mana up, Cody's not really representing many instances here. I mean, attacking with 1 seems more moderate here.
Yeah. Okay, there we go.
Right, he's gone for the... No?
Oh.
Let's see. Maybe he somehow has channeled this discussion we're having of how many to attack with and is toying with us.
I mean, we know the answer. And the answer isn't 2.
Yeah. This was the play that is, not leading to immediate death. Right, so Michael's deciding if he's going to whack this 4/3 and then play his Exhibition. He drew a Forest, so not too much to do here aside from play his Exhibition Magician and maybe give something -4/-4 and attack for 10.
Yeah.
It looks like he's cracking his land here because he has an untapped land in hand, so he could still cast the Whack or the Exhibition Magician. And I drew a Jewel Thief, which is probably better than either of those.
Yeah.
Because it does have trample. So, yeah. He's going to play the Jewel Thief. He's going to use... Okay, he's playing his untapped land. Because he could have played his tap land there, but I think he wants the treasure because he doesn't have... he only has 1 black source, 1 red source in play right now. Because he sacked his land. So... He decided to save his treasures there. Alright, so I guess his Jewel Thief is going to get eaten now by the Majestic. He could also just take 8. Yeah. This now leaves him open to die to a string of Majestic Metamorphosis, right?
Yeah. Land with double Majestic Metamorphosis next turn.
So he's drawing a Luxurious Libation, which may come into play here.
We drew Make Disappear, which also might.
Okay.
Because if they go for lethal here, then...
I think he is going... I think he might just go for the X = 7 pump here.
And that's not enough leftover mana.
Yeah, he doesn't die, though, because the Jewel Thief does have Vigilance.
No.
He will die to 2 Majestics.
I was going to say, if we draw a land, then yeah.
Oh, he does have 2 Majestic in hand?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. I don't know. I think that play was a bit greedy from Michael to just tap out when he had other things to do in hand. Like, I mean, they weren't extremely impactful, but now he's entering into maybe surprise that he's already seen like
that's
a
game,
lot of.
actually. That's
He's seen a lot of Majestics here. Oh, yeah, that'll do it. Okay. Yeah, a little risky play there. Just throwing all his mana to try and lethal with mana open. Yeah, seemed like an unnecessary risk there in a game that he was looking like he could, win.
Yeah.
All right.
Good game, Michael. Holy smokes.
Yeah.
Those are some good ones.
Yeah, game 2 and game 3 were really close. So I'm going to thank both players, and we'll see you back for the next feature match in a little while.